Hello folks, welcome back to Grandstand here, live on Trevor Sports for a Saturday afternoon filled with sporting action, ranging from the return of a Mansell to the Manchester Derby for the ages. Here's what's coming up on today's programme. Coming up in Football Focus, we've got action from the Manchester Derby, extended highlights of one of the Premier League's finest matches you're going to see this year. Stay tuned, that's coming up right after this. Nigel Mansell in red 5 rounds, Brands Hatch. In 1985, Mansell won his very first Grand Prix. He's back here today with the Williams team, but this time they're in a World Grand Prix touring car. Watch as Mansell races the Williams Renault Mégane this afternoon. We've got 3 races from Brands Hatch. We'll also be bringing you racing from Ascot. We have 3 races also to show you. We'll bring the 225, the 250 and the 330, hoping for a good afternoon's horse racing as well. So this is the lineup this afternoon on Grandstand. Straight away after this we're going to have Football Focus and highlights of the Manchester Derby. Then we're going to go straight to the 225 from Ascot, before we'll be alternating between each World Touring Car race, following Nigel Mansell specifically, where we're going to get through this afternoon and finish with final score and all the Premier League full-time results. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click for notifications, and let's keep on track with everything we've got here on Grandstand. So, lots to bring you this afternoon here on Grandstand. We're not going to hold you up anymore. We're going to get straight to the action, and always on Grandstand we're going to start off by focusing on football, and we're focusing on the Manchester Derby that happened in week in Old Trafford. We've got all the extended highlights for you, and they were watched by Trevor Sports.
Now it's De Bruyne. This is really well done, and this is Bernardo Silva. Smalling's coming across. Oh, and driven back by De Bruyne. Doesn't hesitate, Kevin De Bruyne, the Belgian international. Hit it first time, and there is De Gea again. Rashford. Now Luke Shaw for Manchester United. And it's a poor cross which Laporte takes away. Herrera picks up the strike and was not far away. Mindy will be booked for an earlier misdemeanor. Pogba. Lingard. Top this triangle here though today. Rashford. And now Shaw again. He's not afraid to come forward here though, Luke Shaw. Rashford again. Shaw again. Pogba again! And it's straight at Ederson. That was a better bit of football from United. Again, and now this is Lingard. Now this is Lukaku. Oh, his cross is found on a mark. Luke Shaw. Oh, what a chance! What a chance for Luke Shaw. Went for the header. He missed. He's at the outside of the post. Guardiola going to do? He's got to do something so far. Because at the moment, his team have been pushed back. Oh, Rashford flicks it back. Oh, now Luke Shaw, surely this time he's missed. Oh, that was another big chance. Well, Luke Shaw is finding all sorts of room moving forward, and Manchester City can't deal with it. Oh, it was taken off the head of Lukaku. Now it is Raheem Sterling for Manchester City up against Victor Lindelof here. He's got the pace to pounce away from him and head down to the wing. It's Aguero only in the box so far. The header is into Aguero. It was off the woodwork. Unlucky. Manchester City looking very dangerous here though on the break. Aguero! Another one into David De Gea. Quick throw away. Game's opening up a bit now. And let's have a look at this replay here. And you can see there, looks as if Luke Shaw's clearance clatters the woodwork. As close as any side have gotten so far.
Fourth official has indicated
City have looked dangerous when they found pace.
3 minutes.
Cole Walker's got pace. He's got ahead of Pogba. He's put in a good cross, mind you. And Raheem Sterling went for the spectacular. Oh, that would have been a fantastic goal if that got in. That's a real shame. Just couldn't direct it on target there, Raheem Sterling. In that first half, Manchester United had more attempts, more on target. Manchester City's attempts hit the woodwork, though. I think it's going to class if it had gone in. Would have been an own goal. And he's not, though, for the men in reds. Lukaku. Oh, now Rashford's found himself away from John Stones. It's Marcus Rashford. It's the perfect start for Manchester United in front of the Stretford end. Rashford pounces on the mistake, and it is 1-0 to Manchester United. Hit the woodwork in the opening moments against Barcelona in their Champions League, and he showed real composure here. An unstoppable finish when he found himself through. Stone's failure to deal with it allowed Rashford to capitalise on the mistake, and it is a mistake that Manchester United have taken full advantage of. And they are on their way here. And often Merseyside is cheering for United. They are tonight. Walker. Bernardo Silva's found room. Aguero is charging forwards. That's a great cross. Aguero should have scored. Oh, Sergio Aguero. Responsible for the finest moments, perhaps in Premier League history. And that's usually meat and drink for him. Mahrez. Manchester City find something and get back in the title race. We'll give Liverpool the momentum if Manchester United can hold out here. They've got just under 20 minutes to go, and it'll be hugely important for them in the race for Champions League football if they can hang on. And Aguero and Sané! Oh, that's an excellent challenge. No, it's not. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. And a booking for David De Gea. Well, I thought it was an excellent challenge. I think it was in the end, but David De Gea here, though, absolutely clattering Sané. That is a spot kick any day of the week. 72 minutes gone, 18 from time. Sergio Aguero, huge moment for him. What can Aguero do? He can score, of course he can score, as cool as you like. Sergio Aguero level things up, and we're 1-1 here in the Manchester derby. Just how important is that going to be come the end of the season? Every point vital. The Manchester City fans, they've not had far to come, but they've got their moments. Aguero sending David De Gea the wrong way. It's 1-1 here. My word, that was important. Lukaku now. Pogba. Rashford. Oh, Luke Shaw! He's had another golden opportunity here, Luke Shaw, and he squandered it.
For Manchester United.
He's really squandered that. As he wait and try and cross the ball, mind you. Martial for Lukaku. Solskjaer's going to go for this. It's going to make for a fascinating final 10 minutes of this. That's a brilliant ball. Sané for City. Oh yes! And that just might be their Premier League championship. The ball was exquisite. The finish was absolutely brilliant. Leroy Sané, who we questioned coming on for Sterling, has delivered. De Gea hesitated. It was an excellent pass, beat the offside trap. Oh, it's through David De Gea's legs. It's a really, really great goal. '82nd minute, Leroy Sané, 2-1 Manchester City. Riyad Mahrez, he's got the pace and the energy. He's up against Victor Lindelof. It's his low cross into the box, which is cleared. And it is De Bruyne that's stepping in. It is Aguero. Manchester City toiling with United, and it's gone in. David De Gea just stood still. Oh, that's unbelievable. Sergio Aguero. Here was the shot, and David De Gea just watched it go past. Just how did he not react to this? He seemed to bounce, and oh, that is absolutely extraordinary.
Well, folks, that might just be the Manchester derby for the ages as well, and we'll see what will happen based on the results coming up and this evening's final score. But it is proving neck and neck between Liverpool and Manchester City for the Premier League Championship. We're going to change gears, and actually we're going to change hooves entirely, move over to the Sporter Kings. We're over to Ascot for horse racing, and to take us through the 225 is Trevor O'Sullivan.
Well, welcome, thank you very much to this afternoon here from Ascot as well, and we have got the 225 to bring you. This is a 2,200 metre race, going very soft as well. Watch out for the favourite, Foam Frost, to go it as well. And we're away here in the opening race here, the 225 from Ascot, and straight away you can see all the horses biting there. Foam Frost has gone off into a lead. Singer Maker here though coming up alongside, and Curse Cleverness here is guiding up as well as they all bunch up as we head towards the opening parts of this race as well. Foam Frost though number 3 pulling away. Singer Maker number 5 sitting in second place. Cafe Chorus number 14 sitting third. A move being made there by Curse of Cleverness and Arctic Blast as well trying through, but Foam Frost again is making sure that they remain well in the lead as well. Halfway through, 1,500 metres gone. Cafe Chorus, Foam Frost and Arctic Blast, and all these wonderful riders here are coming round here. So we're now into the 1,400 metres, so we are 6 furlongs here from finding the winner here. The 225 from Ascot, very, very soft ground as well. Foam Frost though leading as he does as well, coming away from Cafe Chorus and Singer Maker as well. Chorus as well trying to make a move, and Foam Frost again is staying well in advance, well ahead here though as we go to the final 1,000 metres of this race, as they will wind round the track and come back again. And it looks like Foam Frost has pulled out a couple of lips of them. Cafe Chorus, Arctic Blast and Singer Maker in 3rd and 4th. Arrow Avalanche sitting in 12th. Limpets Limits. Race coming around the corner as well. 700 metres to go. We're into the post to get into the final conclusions of this race as well. Foam Frost, these Cafe Chorus and Arctic Blast and Singer Maker and Arrow Avalanche and Arctic Blast has made a move and come through into second place as well. Cafe Chorus and Singer Maker have marched through again as well, and there's this Cafe Chorus making a move on Foam Frost as well. Foam Frost just about holding it off as we head towards the final 2 furlongs of this race as well. Foam Frost leading, Cafe Chorus second, Singer Maker third, Arctic Blast sitting in 4th as well. They're coming round the bend here though into the grandstand as we hit the conclusion of this race as well. As Foam Frost, Cafe Chorus, Singer Maker, Arctic Blast, final furlong left of the contest as well. Foam Frost is leading, Cafe Chorus second, Singer Maker third, Arctic Blast 4 as well. Move being made on the outside for 4th place, but it's going to be Foam Frost to win this. Cafe Chorus second, Singer Maker I think's just taken 3rd as well. There's the conclusion. There are the results of the race. Time of 2 minutes 21 seconds is Foam Frost the favourite there, doing well as well. Cafe Chorus coming in second, and Singer Maker there taking 3rd place.
There we go, folks, the results as they come through as well. And the action here on Grandstand is coming thick and fast this afternoon. You might remember Nigel Mansell, British World Champion, Formula 1, Red 5 Williams Renault. Well, he's back in another Williams Renault, this time a Mégane. Adrian Newey and Patrick Head have got together to put together this magnificent Renault Mégane, updated by the Works team. And he is entering the World Grand Prix Championships of touring cars, and it's starting off with Thruxton. 3 races to bring you this afternoon. The first is a rolling start, and Trevor Walker takes up the action. Now you join us with Mansell. He is coming up here on the Finnish driver, so into the Toyota GT86. Into the Brabham Straight goes Mansell in the Williams Renault Mégane. He's chasing up on the Colombian Solis here though. In the Porsche, Paddock Hill Bend, hanging on to it, 80 mile an hour, third gear outside. Well done, Mansell. Now he's heading down to Druids here though, slowest part of the circuit. Second gear, 50 mile an hour. Slightly wide line, but Mansell cowers it and powers up here though as he heads towards the third corner, towards the Cooper Straight here though. 9th place, 8 seconds off the lead. Costa leaving Saito and McDonald here take the front 3 places as well. Here's Mansell back up against another Finnish driver here, Immonen here though. Here is Mansell, Immonen here charging through. Mansell here as they head down towards Hawthorne, powering through, and then as you see the Japanese driver, he's out braking them and going through again. Nigel Mansell here on an absolute charge here as he heads towards Westfield. Mansell goes through, nice and tight, nice and powerful, charging down Heath here, the Italian. Mansell runs ever so slightly wide and runs wide again, and he hangs onto it, goes sideways through Sterling's. Mansell regains it, and he's lost his 2 places that he's taken. Mansell is back down to 9th here. Past Sterling's, up to Clearways now. He's got a lot to do, just 2 laps plus the lap that we're on remaining here on this World Touring Car Championship at Brands Hatch. Mansell go ahead and gets past Immonen straight away as well. Then it's Jiu-Jitsu here though, the Italian, as he heads towards Paddock Hill Bends, braking heavily, 80 mile an hour, third gear, running wide, clipping the curb here and running wide again. Mansell was absolutely on the charge. Patrick Head and Adrian Newey here back to see what they can get this Group 4 Renault Mégane doing, and it is absolutely singing for Mansell in this Grand Prix here, the British Touring Car Championships. Remember, Nigel Mansell won his very first, the European Shell's Oil European Grand Prix of 1985 in these colours for this team. Just a different form of motor vehicle, but that's the quickest Mansell's gone so far. His last lap was at 1:52. That was quicker as he heads towards Hawthorne Bends and passes Heath there, the Italian, brakes heavily, hits a bit of curb onto the dirty part of the track, but he's giving it absolutely everything. Mansell here flying through as we are watching a thrilling contest. Toiminian, the Norwegian, is ahead of him, as well as the other Finnish driver, Hakala. Mansell here though is absolutely flying through the circuits, heading towards Sterling's. He's managed to stay on the track this time, and he's looking to just think about braking there. 5 seconds quicker than the last lap. Goes slightly wide again, Mansell, but is able to hang on and now powers on down start finish straight past the Norwegian Toiminian in the other works Renault Mégane here though. Now Mansell going through the Clark Curve and now onto the Brabham Straight. There's the Peugeot driven by Hakala, the Finnish driver. Mansell now goes 2.5 seconds quicker on that lap, 1:37.3, and now he's 2.5 seconds off the lead as Mansell and the Williams Renault Mégane here though heads round Druids. 4th place here for Mansell, 1/10 quicker. Mansell really is on the charge. Final lap of this Grand Prix. One of these 4 cars could potentially win this, and Mansell was on a real charge, but is that mistake heading through Sterling is going to cost him the opportunity? Goes wide again, but now over the hill and down towards the Westfield. Power is there past McDonald. Really well done. Mansell heavy on the brakes. 130 miles an hour here, carries it through. 90 miles an hour, third gear. Absolutely there, going for it. The car revving like anything as well. Heavy braking. Costa, the Dutch driver, and Saito is still leading. It is VW versus Mégane here though. Mansell is this way and this way, trying to get past Costa. As we know, passing somebody is another story, catching them is another story, and Mansell tries to go wide to pass Costa, and that might have cost him again here though, as the car heads towards Paddock Hill Bends. This will be the final turn, and then we're in
into the final. Sorry, we're into the final part of it now. The Brabham Straight. Mansell is passed. Mansell is moving through. He doesn't have a knife place. Saito takes it. Saito does take it. Mansell produces his fastest lap of a 1.35 of the race as well. Just 0.3 of a second behind Saito in the Scirocco here, though. A brilliant bit of driving, but a couple of errors in the end cost him. He was absolutely on a charge, and we've got the Indy circuit to come up next. This should be really exciting stuff here. So in the end, Mansell lost that race by 0.3 of a second. That mistake costing him. Saito in the Scirocco wins the race. Total time of 5.49. It was close. Costa here, the Dutchman, is 0.9, just 0.6 behind Mansell as well. It's a very close race as well. We've got more to bring you, as we'll bring you the Indy circuit coming up.
Well, I'm sure you can see there, Mansell was going to be kicking himself. The lead was there, but I think that mistake might have cost him as well. We're going to move over and we're going to go back to Ascot. We've got the 250, Trevor O'Sullivan.
Well, welcome to the 250 here from Ascot as well. 1,400 metres for horses to go. Watch out for the favourite as well. That is a Pride's Problem. That looks set to be the one that is going to conclude this as most as we get the race divided underway. Here we go, Habitat Silence there, number 9 getting an early special sensation in Tomato Waste as well. Pride's Problem, the favourite in this contest as well as we're heading our way through. 7 furlongs in the race in total as well as we go towards the bend and we make our way around as well. And Tomato Waste is putting out a lead as well, and special sensation from possibly Pony, Comedy Clash, Habit Silence and Pride's Problem, but it is Pride's Problem now in 4th place now, making the way around. Special sensation, Habit Silence both chasing Tomato Waste. Habit Silence there just for 2 seconds. Tomato Waste again as well. Pride's Problem now moving into 2nd place. Habit Silence going in 3rd as well. Special Sensation 4th and Pixie Penguin in 5th. Doubt Owl in 5th as well. Comedy Cash in 6th. Purple Phoenix 7th. Possibly Pony 8th and Dazzle Dog here in 9th as well. We are down to the final 2 furlongs of this race. Tomato Waste leads. Pride's Problem sits in 2nd. The favourite here with some work to do. It just seems to be holding off the shoulder as well. Special Sensation though is still in there as well. So is Habit Silence as we're heading to the final furlong, and the charges away as well. Tomato Waste here though is holding off Pride's Problem. Tomato Waste has got the pace. Pride's Problem is not going to catch him. Not from here. It's Tomato Waste from Pride's Problem as well. Special Sensation coming in 3rd place. It was a photo finish, but that confirms it. Tomato Waste is the winner. There is confirmation as well. Pride's Problem. Tomato Waste running through. Dazzle Dog, one of the favourites, had a complete disaster. Special Sensation, it's thrown this afternoon's racing wide open.
There was the horse racing results, and now we've got our second. It's the Indy circuit of Brands Hatch, the much shorter circuit as well. Trevor Walker takes up race 2 for us.
Well, the Indy circuit in 11th place is Mansell here though. He's got a lot of work to do about him, but this Williams Renault Mégane definitely looks the part for it. We are now blasting down the Brabham Straight, a much shorter circuit here. They're going to be lapping around about 1 minute or so. And already Mansell's heavily on the brakes, and this is Camacho, the Brazilian in the Toyota GT86, tries to go around the outside of him. Will underbrake him here, flying into Druids, and does well to keep the car on. It's a very sort of low car, and it does tend to sort of spit at you, and you really have to have real sort of grip and control out of it. And we're heading around the Graham Hill bend, and we're halfway through this as well. Down the Cooper Straight, Mansell on the Mégane goes. He's going to be hitting just short of 110 for browsing here though, and going round Surtees and through McLaren as well. And you've got to hit the brakes here, otherwise it will catch you out. And then you're halfway through Clearways, and now you're heading down towards the Brabham Straight again. That is 1 lap completed. There is going to be 3 more. Mansell flies past Santa Mirana, the Argentinian here though, and another GT86 driven by Zhang. Round the outside of him, Mansell goes again. He is
got everybody round the Paddock Hill bend so far as well. In towards Druids again. Works Renault in front of him. Fontaine is standing in front of him. Mansell puts the power down again. 6.5 seconds quicker in that lap, but it won't be any much quicker because he's gone wide. So far by Mansell in the Cooper Straights, and then you're going to sit there and brake right rather than left here though. Round towards Surtees. Mansell just knocking on the door, trying to way through in 6th place, going wide, hanging on. Fontaine here though, the Frenchman is doing just about enough to hold him off. Won't be able to do a lot here though. Down the Bramham Straight, Mansell puts the power down, flies through again. That lap was a 50.4, so that's a lot quicker than what he's gone before. Keller, the Canadian, in the Peugeot. They're heading towards Druids. Mansell will that braking quite easy as well. He's got Sareen, the Finnish driver, which he's going to get him round the outside. And now Mansell's putting the power down here though. One more lap after this as well, and Mansell was completely on a charge. Kine here in the Scirocco. The Frenchman again passes him. And now in the other Mégane is Eiffel here, the German driver. 7/10 of a second quicker. Mansell really is absolutely flying at the moment. Guiding his moment back down the Bradman Straight. Powers on here though. One of the quickest parts of the second. Mansell again, he's gone wide. He's hanging on to it just about. Oh, that was so close, but he's been passed here though by Kine in the Scirocco. Will outbrake him. They fly round the Paddock Hill bend. Mansell gets his position back here though, but final lap to go, and Eiffel here though is just going to hang on for about another 40 seconds, and he's beaten Nigel Mansell. Mansell goes round the outside, and now he might have the better run, and he might be able to outbrake Eiffel. He does. He goes through round the Graham Hill bend on the Cooper Straight. Mansell putting the power on here. 30 seconds, about 20 seconds left to go of this race, of this World Touring Car Championship. Mansell here though braking heavily as he flies through Surtees into clear. So he's gone wide. No, Mansell's lost it. Mansell has lost it. Eiffel's come through. Mansell's going to have to settle for second place. Oh, it's so close. So unfortunate. But another mistake's cost him. Oh, he's going to be absolutely furious. Second place for Mansell. Eiffel in the Mégane takes first place. Kine here though, the Frenchman in the Scirocco, takes third place as well. Close race, but Mansell will be kicking himself. He's thrown another victory away. The conclusion is there that Willem Eiffel in the Mégane Group 4 wins the Indy Circuit race here by 1.4 seconds over Mansell. Mansell will be deeply frustrated when it absolutely counted. He sadly threw it away, going wide here into the final corner. He'll really regret that. He managed to head off Klein, the Frenchman in the Scirocco. So he takes second place by 0.2 of a second though, but it's all to play for the final race. Well folks, there is race 2 in the bag as well. We're 2 for 2 and we're going to go for our hat-trick at Ascot. This is the 330. This is the big one. Trevor O'Sullivan, it's all yours. Well, welcome here to the 330 from Ascot, and we are going to see this 9 furlong race, just over 1,800 metres. They're going to be racing here as well. And we're away in the last race of the day here on Grandstands, and we're off and running here in the 330, and we are looking to see who can go and take this race all the way. Sunlight Strategy though straight away in the lead as well. Tentacle Monster in second, Marble Myth in third, Sensible Stonefall from Sunbeam Staircase coming in fourth place as well. It's going to be a very close one this as well. There's a tip here though on Sunlight Strategy potentially to win this as well. Sunbeam Staircase as well, the favourite as well. Frog's Beagle in fifth place, Marble Myth in sixth, Coffee Caper sitting in seventh, and Plump Buzzword in eighth. As we come round to the 1,000 metre mark, and running very wide is Street Store, who looks to try and fight for the corner as well, as does in last place this Interview Cupcake as well. Coming through is Sensible Stone here now, fighting off with Sunlight Strategy as well.
It's a close contest as well. Sunbeam Staircase, the number 8 is also going as well. Sunlight Strategy from Sensible Stone and Sunbeam Staircase as well. Tentative Monster sitting in 4th and Frog's Beagle in 3rd as well. We're down to 3 furlongs of this race as we go at the moment as well. Sunlight Strategy leaving Sensible Stone 2nd, Tentative Monster in 3rd, and Sunbeam Staircase sitting in 4th place at the moment. Sunlight Strategy, the tip, leading Sensible Stone as they come round as we head to the 300 metre mark as well. And Sunlight Strategy now pulling out a lead over Sensible Stone of a length, and a length of Sensible Stone over everybody else as we're into the final furlong as well. And Sunlight Strategy will is leading very comfortably well. Sensible Stone in 2nd place as well. I think the favourite's going to lose out, and there is a real shock winner here. Sunlight Strategy winning in his 2nd place to Sensible Stone. That's astonishing. That is an astonishing finish to the racing here on Grandstand. Well, there is confirmation of it as well. Sunlight Strategy the winner, Sensible Stone in 2nd. Samurai Snore coming through in 3rd place.
Right, there's the conclusion to this afternoon's racing as well. Plenty more to come in Grandstand as the flat racing season takes over the summer, including Royal Ascot and the Epsom Derby as well. Watch out for that. But we've got one final race to bring you this afternoon, and it's in the World Grand Prix Touring Cars as well. This time, it's a full circuit of Brands Hatch, but there is a full grid start. Mansell's qualified 10th, Trevor Walker. It's over to you, mate.
Here we go. Here we go, here we go, and we're away here in the final race of the day here at Brands Hatch. Mansell hoping to finally get a victory here, though. He's stuck right in the middle of the pack with nowhere to go as they make their way round the very first corner here. Everyone's got through safely here, whereas we charge through. Robinson leads bomb 2nd, Collet is 3rd here, 3 Frenchmen, and now Decker has come through. Mansell here though sticks in 9th place, going through to 8th, trying to get through to 7th. Julien the Frenchman holding him off. Lamborghini to pass here though, the Italian driven by Menard. He's passed him, past his fellow Englishman Steve Hall in the Peugeot, and it wasn't very politely done, mind you, as well. Now the power is heading on as they head towards Hawthorns. Mansell absolutely flying through, look at that, and suddenly he finds himself in 3rd place, plus Decker and Collet. Now it's just Bum, the German, and Robinson. It is the Group 4 Mégane to pass here. Power in by Mansell here though. He's got to be careful. This is where it's gone wrong for him in the previous races. It's round this sheen curve as he makes his way towards Sterling's, and a much more calm attempt there by Mansell into Sterling. Hangs on here though, clips the apex, puts the power on as well, goes wide again through the gears. 4th gear is now approaching 120 mile an hour and just short of 125 mile an hour, and he's able to outbrake his opponent and move himself through. Really well done here by Mansell, past Bond, and now he'll chase down Robinson, the Canadian. 8 tenths of a second behind here. Mansell with a 142 off a standing start. Round the Paddock Hill bend, and the power is on. This and one more lap to go, and we will have a final victor here. And I hope you've enjoyed the racing action this afternoon here on Grandstand, and we've seen some proper good racing, I do say. And we're seeing it from Robinson at the moment, who was keeping his distance and is actually moving away from Mansell. He was 1.5 seconds ahead at the start of that contest. Mansell here though has been struggling to stay with him, but they will now hand the blast over and down towards Hawthorn Bends. This is where Mansell's been able to outbreak most people. Adrian Newey and Patrick are getting together. Fastest part of the circuit, 140 mile an hour, braking heavily. 3rd gear, 87, 88, 89 miles an hour, as much as he can. Still 1.3 seconds in the lead is Robinson as Mansell turns into the sheen curve, and he does really well again as the best that he's taken that corner so far as well. You can see the old magic coming back to the man here though. He still knows how to do this through the sheen curve, powering up as well, over 100 mile an hour, brakes heavily. 6.8 seconds
quicker this is so far. He's absolutely on the charge. But so is Robinson, who's moved 1.7 seconds away. And it looks like that's going to be it. But Mansell here, though, has just gained about a second. I wonder if Robinson's missed a gear here, though. He's missing a lot at the moment. Mansell's coming through around the outsides. They make contact. I think that's okay. The lead's being held. Mansell is charging through. He's outbraking Robinson round the Paddock Hill bend, and the lead is his. Oh, what about that? Mansell has always loved Brands Hatch. He's always produced something special. He's gone slightly wide there, round Druids, blasting down the middle here. Left turn in towards the Cooper Straights. Now the power's on as they're going to wind round the corner and head down towards Hawthorns. About a minute left of this touring car race here for Mansell. Goes slightly slower than usual. That is a better line, but just about 5 thousandths of a second slower. So Mansell's making sure he's got about a second on Robinson. He's just got to get this car home, and it's all there. Braking heavily here, though. About 90 mile an hour. Third gear, you can hear the tyres just starting to be unsettled by that. Turns right through the sheen curve, gets that one absolutely spot on again. This is much better from Mansell. Powers on. This is where he went wide before, and he's gone wide there again, and he's held on. He has held on through the sheen curve. That's been his Achilles heel. I thought he was going to throw another race away. He has held on, and he has just got the Clark curve to do. Brabham straight, and Mansell could win, and this is going to bring a huge roar from the faithful that have been watching this today. Mansell very safely done, and now he will come through, and Nigel Mansell is going to win here at Brands Hatch for the Williams Renault team. Wonderful stuff. The British fans here absolutely loving that. The Isle of Man winning it by 1.9 seconds over Robinson, the Canadian, who just must have had a problem, but Mr. Gear and Mansell flow through. That was brilliant stuff, and we've got plenty more Grand Prix touring car action to bring you here on Grandstands. Sometimes victory is very sweet, and I'm sure Mansell and everyone that was here this afternoon in Brands Hatch is really going to enjoy that. The Williams Renault Mégane here, though, winning by 1.9 second over Robinson, the Canadian, who did put up a good fight, but it turns out that he did miss a gear and was having some braking issues. That's why it slowed him up. Bohem of Germany comes in third place, and Nigel Mansell caps off a wonderful afternoon's racing here on Grandstand. So, at long last, Mansell was a winner here on Grandstand. That brings up lovely nostalgic memories as well. Well, while that race has been going on, the full-time football results have come through as well. And to give us a full rundown of this afternoon's Barclays Premier League result, including Friday evening's fixtures between Liverpool and Huddersfield, it's Trevor Gudgeon.
Barclays Premier League. Liverpool 4, Huddersfield Town 0. Tottenham Hotspur 3, West Ham United 2. Southampton 2, Bournemouth 2. Fulham 0, Cardiff 0. Watford 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Newcastle United 2.
Right, and let's see what that does to the league table. Liverpool maintain a 1-point lead over Manchester City as well. Manchester City have a 7-point increase in goal difference. Liverpool just have to better Manchester City's results for their next 2 games. Tottenham, though, in third place, that they will definitely secure group stage Champions League football if they win their next match. Arsenal play tomorrow. Chelsea, Man United play each other tomorrow. So, the conclusion and the action is over for Grandstand for another week as well. We've had just about everything today, but I'm sure the thing that we're going to leave a smile on your face is Mansell once again winning at Brands Hatch. Good evening.